Hey happy homemakers, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an all-day clean with me, and I hope it gives you some extreme cleaning motivation. If you are new here, please subscribe and introduce yourself in the comments, letting me know where you're from. I love getting to know you guys. If you're not new, I am so glad you are back. Please take a moment and hit that like button. It will help this video get so many more views and I would really appreciate it. I also want to say thank you so much to Home Chef for sponsoring this video. I'm really excited to show you guys the meals that we picked out and tell you a little bit more about their services later on in the video. Every morning I try to wake up at 6 a.m. to get myself ready for the day. I do a little bit of hair and makeup and pick out an outfit, and then I head into the bedroom to make my bed. If the kids are still asleep and Daniel and I are both up and ready on time, we will make the bed together, and if not, usually I'll make it by myself later on during the day when the kids are with me. Daniel usually finishes making the bed before me, and then I go back and add the pillows so I can put them just the way I like them. Our pillows are from IKEA and Target, and that cute throw is also from IKEA. After the bed is done, since I am ahead of schedule for this morning, I decided to tidy up my room a little bit. So I just like to take everything that's out of place in my room and put it on my bed. That way the whole room looks clean, and then I go through all the stuff that's on my bed and sort it into piles of where it belongs, and then I go through the house putting each pile away. The only thing I leave on my bed is that little tray with a few magazines and a candle. It's not exactly the right thing for this space, but that's what I have right now. A little while later, it was time to clean up after breakfast, and to keep the kids busy while I worked, I just gave them some crayons and some coloring pages while I went ahead and cleaned up the kitchen. One of my aunts was actually coming to our house to pick something up to take to my grandparents who live in Washington, and so the kids were coloring some pictures to give to them as well. The first thing I do is put away any food that has been left out and the leftovers as well, and then I put all the dishes into the sink. My maple syrup bottle usually gets pretty sticky, so I rinse it off first before putting it in the fridge. I had a Grow collaborative order just come in yesterday, so I quickly put everything down below my sink. After that, I grabbed a rag to wipe down my counters, and right now I'm using the Method antibacterial spray in the citrus scent. I've been talking a lot about this lately, but I really like to have a disinfectant as I clean my counters, just to make sure everything is nice and clean. We had some yummy blueberry pancakes that I made in the blender with oat flour this morning, and the recipe made a ton of them, so I quickly put away the leftovers as well. Marcus has been singing a lot lately, and it's just so cute. He started singing "Daddy Finger, Where Are You?" because he put all of the caps to the markers on his fingers.
Sister finger, where are you?
There were a few dishes in the sink, but because there weren't too many, I decided to wait and just wash everything at lunchtime. But at about 10 a.m., the kids and I both wanted a snack, so I just made a smoothie that also came in our Home Chef box this week. There are also a few healthy lunch options and breakfast options, so I actually ended up adding a few smoothie packets to our order this month. And the smoothies end up being about $5 a serving, which is about the same as going to Jamba Juice. But as a mom of two little ones, it's really nice that I can do that in the convenience of my own home and not have to pack the kids up and go anywhere. One of the options for this week was a peanut butter and banana smoothie, and in a bag it comes with everything you need for it pre-portioned out. And because of this, it makes it really fun to cook with the kids, because even if they get ahead of me and dump something into the blender, it's really not that big of a deal because it's already all measured out in just the right amount. The kids and I really love cooking together. It's one of their favorite things to do with me. So the kids went through opening packages up for me while I chopped the pear well away from them. And I've honestly never thought of putting a pear into my smoothie, but it was so yummy. And that's another reason I love getting meals from Home Chef, because it challenges you to think outside of the box and maybe try new things that you've never tried before. I also like that most of the ingredients in the smoothie pack were healthy for you, like it had almond milk in it as well as some peanut butter, and it also used Bon Mammon honey for the sweetener instead of sugar. Bon Mammon is one of my favorite brands because they really stick to high quality ingredients, so I love seeing that Home Chef has these things in them. As you can see, Marcus and Chloe were just having a blast cooking with me, and Marcus accidentally spilled some of the almond milk, and I didn't even notice until I was watching this playback that he grabbed a rag. Oh, Chloe and he both grabbed a rag and cleaned it up. It was just the sweetest thing. The last thing we did was add ice to our smoothie and blended it up. Marcus and Chloe could hardly wait to try their smoothies. Chloe is a huge fan of smoothies, and so we all enjoyed our little treat. After that, I just quickly cleaned up after making the smoothie, and there was hardly any waste and hardly any cleanup, which also makes it so nice and convenient. After that, right around 11, the kids started getting sleepy, so we quickly started cleaning up the living room before they went down for their naps. And just really quick, I wanted to say thank you guys so much for all the tips that you've been sending me. I told everyone in a previous video that I've been trying to get Marcus to learn how to clean up after himself and be responsible like that, and he just didn't want to, but we do the cleanup song and he's always starting to sing that, which was a suggestion from one of you mamas. And also a lot of the times I'll grab a toy and pretend like the toy is cleaning up, and that will get him started. And then sometimes we even just have a race to see who can clean up the most toys, which always seems to work. So thank you guys so much for your tips. There's still some days when Marcus just doesn't want to clean up and it's really hard to convince him, but it is working out a lot more often now. Sometimes while the kids are napping, I will do some cleaning for the day, my daily chores, but today I had a video to edit, so I just worked on my laptop while they were down. Once the kids woke up from nap time, we had some mac and cheese for lunch with some frozen peas that I put in while the noodles were boiling. Chloe eats a lot more than Marcus right now. She actually had a second helping, so she was finishing that up while I started cleaning. I still had to clean up the mess from when they were coloring pictures for my grandparents, so I quickly picked up all of that and then tried to give Chloe some time to finish up her lunch. Once she told me she was all done, I just wiped down her hands with my washcloth and also wiped down her face. And then got started with the cleanup. I just quickly cleared the table from the lunch dishes, wiped it down, and then put the runner back in place. After that, I just divided the leftovers between their bowls and put it in the fridge for tomorrow's lunch. Somehow throughout the day, all of the counters seemed to get dirty again, so I just wiped everything down, and then I just went ahead and loaded the dishwasher. And while I'm cleaning like this, usually the kids are in the living room playing with some toys. I try to pull out a new toy every day so that they'll be really interested in whatever they're playing with. Next, it is time to wash all the dishes, and to keep my hands from getting super dry from the dish soap, I put on some rubber gloves that I got from the Dollar Tree. And then there are just a few dishes that I like to wash by hand rather than putting into the dishwasher. Chloe's bib does need to be washed. My pasta strainer from IKEA. Since there were only a few dishes, rather than filling up the whole sink with dishwater and soap, which would just take a lot of water, I only filled up my blender and then just washed every dish with water from that. I hand washed their sippy cups because there wasn't enough room in the dishwasher, but I do like to hand wash my blender just so that it lasts longer, which, by the way, if you wash it right away, you can just put a little bit of soap and some warm water into your blender and then put it back on the base and turn it on, and it will just do like a little self-clean, which is really cool. But a lot of times I just end up letting it just sit there for a little too long, and that doesn't completely clean it. After that, I just quickly swept the kitchen and the dining room area because that's where the most of the crumbs get. On floor day, which is Tuesday, I do end up sweeping the whole entire house. But just to keep my everyday cleaning routine quick and easy, I just stick to those two areas. After that, I took out all of the recycling. I just keep it in a pile there until there is a good amount to take outside. I pile it all in a bag so that I can take it all in one trip. After that, my dishes had been done air drying, and so I just quickly put everything away. After that, I didn't really have all that much cleaning left to be done. I do like to keep the afternoons free to just go and do fun stuff with the kids, and this day we actually ended up staying out a little bit too long, so I didn't end up getting to start dinner until about 5:30, when usually I like to start at 5 o'clock, but thankfully most Home Chef meals only take about 30 minutes to make, and it's also really nice on those days to come home and not have to think about what you're going to make, but everything is right there all together for you. Marcus had been begging me to make cookies with him all day, so I told him he could help me make dinner, and he picked out the French onion crusted chicken recipe. And as you can see, Marcus already knows exactly what to do because he's been wanting to cook the Home Chef meals since we got the box last weekend. It's just so sweet how excited he gets about it. The meal he picked out was actually the perfect one for us to cook together because all the sweet potatoes were already chopped, and then the other vegetable was some peas, so there were no knives needed, and he was involved with the preparation from start to finish. So it really was fun and easy to cook with him. All of the meals are really simple and family friendly, but they always put a really fun and special twist on them, making them really interesting and something new to try. And I'm so excited to tell you that Home Chef gave me a coupon code for you guys for $20 off your first 4 boxes, which is a great deal for first-time customers. And the really nice thing about this coupon code is that you don't have to get those boxes 4 weeks in a row. You can skip a meal. You also have the option to pause your meals for as long as you need to. There is no obligation to get meals every single week. It is completely customizable to your lifestyle. Even if you were to get your first order and then pause for a few weeks, you would still get $20 off your next 3. So head down to the link in my bio and click on that offer so you can get that discount and try out Home Chef now. It's really fun for the whole family. It's a really great way to even get your husbands to cook a meal one night. Daniel's always up for cooking a meal when I just hand him a bag of everything that's all put together. It's really nice, and it saves us from going out to eat sometimes. We had so much fun cooking this meal together, and cooking with toddlers can be really stressful, but like I said, having everything pre-portioned out makes it just so much fun, and Marcus had a blast. And I've got to say, my favorite part is the cleanup. So they don't have a whole bunch of waste, which is really awesome. I really like that in a company. But for me, the cleanup was so easy after dinner, and I cannot express enough how amazing that is. Because the cleanup was so quick, I did have a few minutes while dinner was cooking to get a couple jobs done that I had been wanting to for a while, and that is the windows going out to our backyard. The sliding door is just such a mess because the dog touches it, the kids are constantly touching it, and I haven't cleaned it in a really long time. I don't even know when the last time was, so I just took my Mrs. Meyer glass cleaner, sprayed that down, and wiped it down with a microfiber cloth. And it really took some elbow grease. It was a lot of work to get everything off because it had just been sitting there for so long. The other glass door is in our bedroom leading out to our patio, so I did the same thing to that. And the nice thing about this Mrs. Meyer spray is that it does clean really well, but it does not leave any streaks. It's really great to use. After that, our dinner was ready to be pulled out of the oven, and it looked so yummy. The crispy French onion chicken was delicious, and then the sweet potatoes and the peas were really good as well. I definitely want to start cutting up sweet potatoes and serving them as a side because they are so good. After that, it was time to clean up after dinner. I just put all the leftovers away in a Tupperware for Daniel's lunch the next day, and then also any food for the kids, I just save it for lunch as well. I wanted to get the dishes going so that I didn't have a ton of work to do the next morning. So I'm unloading the dishwasher, and this is something that Chloe loves to help me with. So I just quickly unload the knives first thing so that she can't cut herself, and then we unload the dishwasher together from the dishes that we did for breakfast and lunch. Her favorite thing to do right now is to help me with my jobs, and so she'll just watch Mama and start putting all of the silverware away for me. It's the sweetest thing because she can actually reach the drawer now, so she really does put them away, and I love having a little helper in the kitchen. And that's what the silverware drawer looks like after Chloe has helped me, but I always leave it like that because it's super cute. After that, we just loaded a few dishes, and like I said, there wasn't a ton of dishes to do after dinner because we had the meal kits, which was awesome. So cleanup was really quick. I just wiped down the counters. after the kids were in bed, I just quickly cleaned up the toys again so we could start with a clean home the next day. I don't always get around to this. Sometimes I do just go to bed or I'm busy working on other things. But if I have time, it's really nice to wake up in the morning to a clean house, even though it gets dirty all over again. That's just how it's going to be with little kids right now, and that's okay. Oh, I guess the kids were not asleep at this point. They were actually still up watching a movie. We always let them watch a movie for like the last 20 minutes before going to bed. We brush their teeth while they're watching a movie because while they're teething, Marcus isn't teething anymore, but Chloe still is, and they just do not like us to brush their teeth. So watching a movie while we do that definitely helps. And the little dance that Chloe and Marky are doing right now is because I said that it was time to turn off the movie, and they dance around telling me that they want it on for 2 more minutes. And it's so cute that I usually let them have 2 more minutes. After that, while their daddy brushed their teeth, I went ahead and cleaned their bedroom really quickly because that was also a very big mess, and then we put them to bed. That's the last thing I do before I start getting ready for bed for the night. It was a long day of cleaning. It just seems like every day is filled with that much cleaning, but that's what you got to do when you have 2 little kids. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know by giving the video a thumbs up and leaving me a comment down below. Also, don't forget the coupon code that is in the description box for your $80 off your first month of Home Chef. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.